Good evening, classmates. My name is David Cook, and I will be giving you your presentation on Jewish holidays, Sukkot, also known as Sukkot. My overview for tonight's presentation will be, I'll be introducing you to Sukkot, or Sukkot, the time of year that Sukkot is held, the historic origin of Sukkot, the religious practices associated with Sukkot, theological or cultural differences that might lead to differences in the observation of the holy day by the various branches of Judaism. And then I will end by concluding. Sukkot. The word Sukkot means booths. The Hebrew pronunciation of Sukkot is Sukkot. The name of the holiday is frequently translated of the Feast of Tabernacles. The significance of Sukkot is to remember the wandering in the desert and to harvest the festival. The time of year that Sukkot is held, it begins on Tishri 15. Tishri 15 is the 7th month of the Jewish calendar, and as you can see on here, it is the 5th day after Yom Kippur, and then that's when Sukkot begins. Sukkot lasts for 7 days. And the 2 days following the festival is, I might not pronounce this right, but it's Shemini Atzeret and Simchat Torah. But they're commonly thought of as a part of Sukkot because it is all in the week of rejoicing. So you have your days of judgment, and then right after you have your week of rejoicing, which has all of these holidays in with it. So sometimes people can get confused with that. And this is another Jewish calendar timeline that shows you, Sukkot and the other holidays and how it's considered the season of our joy to the Jews. Next, I'll be talking about the historic origin of Sukkot. Sukkot has a dual significance. It has a historic and an agricultural significance. The historically significance is that Sukkot commemorates, can't say it, the 40-year period during which the children of Israel were wandering in the desert, and they were living in temporary shelters. Agriculturally, Sukkot is a harvest festival and is sometimes referred as Shag HaAsif. Shag HaAsif in Hebrew just means the festival and gathering. Now, the religious practices associated with Sukkot, during this Sukkot holiday, you're not supposed. It's kind of like a day of rest where you don't go out and you don't just. You're supposed to stay in this Sukkah, and you're supposed to have a festival there, and you're not supposed to work or do other things. It's supposed to be a grand festival inside of the Sukkah. And part of this, the practice is they build and dwell in a booth, just like such. And another thing that they do is it's like the waving of branches and a fruit during services. And I'll break these down for you guys a little more so that you guys can get a better understanding. Okay, so a Sukkah. In the honor of the holidays' historical significance, Jews are commanded to dwell in these temporary shelters. As their ancestors did in the wilderness, the temporary shelter is referred to as a sukkah. And I mean, as you can see, this sukkah right here, it has, you know, a table for their festival to eat, and then here they have beds. You'll see some sukkahs that just show the table. Maybe they don't want to show the beds that they're staying and dwelling there, but you know, for 7 days, you know, they're gonna have to sleep on something. So this is one of the few that I've seen that does show the beds in the back. Alright, so sukkahs will come in many different sizes. You'll see small sukkahs, you know, for little kids, and then you'll see some larger sukkahs, which, as you can see, this is pretty large. And then you'll also have some unique sukkahs like this one, or this one that has stairs and stuff like that. So there's many different kinds of sukkahs. Alright, now arba minim is the 4 spices, and the best way to explain this is by reading this verse from Leviticus 23:40. It states, "On the first day you will take for yourselves a fruit of a beautiful tree, palm branches, twigs of a braided tree, and brook willows, and you will rejoice before the Lord your God for 7 days." And this is why they do it. And the example is waving the branches and fruit during the services, just to break it down in Barney style. So the fruit is a lemon, and then these are the branches and stuff. So, and the differences in observations of, you know, Sukkot by various different branches of Judaism. So some of you might wonder, is it just the Orthodox or the Reform or you know, the Reconstructionists who do this holiday? And actually, it's said right here that according to Zechariah in the Messianic era, Sukkot will become a universal festival, and all nations will make pilgrimages annually to Jerusalem to celebrate the feast. So they say that this is, you know, it's supposed to be for all Jews. It's something you know, they're all supposed to celebrate. So in concluding, in this presentation, you know, I discussed you know, that the holiday is important to all Jews to remember their ancestors. And they do this by staying in sukkahs and doing as God commanded, by waving these branches and fruit during services. An example of this holiday that Americans do, the best one I could think of is Thanksgiving. And in Thanksgiving, you know, every year Americans celebrate this holiday by you know, doing what the Pilgrims and the Indians did by you know, having turkey and, you know, sharing corn and stuff like that, and giving thanks to God and to family and friends. So this is the best example I can get to you know, how we would relate this holiday that the Jews do. So I hope you guys have an open mind towards this, and you guys have a good night. Thank you for excusing me. Goodbye.